It's flashing red and green.
Talking to me like I know.
I know.
Lazy.
Okay, I think it's on.
On the website, we use specific, but I hold on to all that stuff for Facebook when I get around to it. In fact, maybe I'll do that tonight for you.
Well, it's nothing compared to the rivers and streams.
I took an entire afternoon to take all those pictures when I was in Colorado. I did all those myself.
Were you carrying the hat going down?
That was us in the rain. That was,
Like muddy and wet?
no, that was my brother-in-law with it on his back.
You still gotta do it. Well, I mean, here. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it wasn't lots of you there. That's right. That's the one other place to get it.
All these open chairs. You have to sit for-
I hauled the fat boy back full.
I figured you probably did because I gave you a little one. Didn't I?
Yeah. Still, you didn't have to bring that part up.
Yeah. I didn't give you the 70. I'm going to call to order the Three Lakes Town Board of Supervisors regular meeting for October 18th, 2022. We'll lead off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I please get a report on the agenda posting?
The Three Lakes Town Board of Supervisors regular meeting agenda for October 18th, 2022 was posted in accordance with Wisconsin Open Meeting Law.
I'd be looking for someone to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda in any order our chairman sees fit.
Motion Bohm,
Second.
second Baltus. Any further discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, 5-0. Couple of announcements. We will hold the following special meetings on November 15th, 2022, prior to the regular meeting. We will hold the annual budget public hearing, the annual special town budget meeting, and the annual special town board budget meeting. Lots of meetings about budgets. Three Lakes will be hosting the Wisconsin Towns Association Oneida County District meeting on October 26th, 2022. We have several sets of minutes in front of us. Roger was missing for two of them, so we're going to want to take those in two different motions if we could, please. Actually, Roger was missing from the two on the 4th. Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of October 4th.
Motion by Olkowski,
Second.
second by Baltus.
I do have discussion.
Go.
Let's look at paragraph number 5,
Police chief.
minutes from the September 20th meeting. is
Yep.
What it starts with.
Okay.
I believe we just gotta change that vote to, make it 3-0 because you abstained and Brisk was gone.
Oh, thank you.
And then I just had a suggestion I wanted to bounce off you guys. The paragraph right below that, starting with Police Chief Scott Lee.
Sorry, I'm still reading the original one.
It should be 3-0 because Brisk was gone from that meeting and you
The September 20th meeting, I was gone. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Oh,
Police
the
chief.
September 20th. That would be 4-0, Matt.
No.
Yes.
We were approving the minutes of the September 20th meeting during the October 4th.
Right,
Yep,
and
yep.
Brisk wasn't there,
Yep,
and I
yep,
had to
yep,
abstain.
gotcha.
It was
So the
3-0.
vote is incorrect.
That is right. Attaboy. What's the second part?
Nothing huge, but I didn't care for the wording of that sentence. Police Chief Scott Lee presented a plaque.
For the second time.
Announced his retirement in September for a second time.
I read that too, and I had to read it
The-
twice
the-
because I didn't
The
understand
only
it. But
reason I didn't care for it was just because if someone were ever looking back
Yeah.
at this, did he work for us the second time? I just suggest clarifying. It could be as simple as
I just think we should
retirement in
strike
September.
period.
Period.
Yeah.
TLPD,
Just period.
or however. Yep. If you guys are cool with that.
Yeah, I
Yep.
read that too, and then I knew what it meant,
Yeah.
but I thought it sounded goofy. But I just whatever. Yeah. Anything else?
That's it, and it makes me think I should probably amend. I'd like to amend my motion
What was your motion?
to approve the minutes, but I guess I didn't clarify as amended or presented. I didn't clarify.
Well, we amended them during discussion.
Right.
So
As amended.
Yeah, it would be the same motion, but as discussed and amended.
do we need a new motion?
No, you can just call it now, as discussed and amended.
Okay, so I'm calling it as discussed and amended for the four of us who were at the October 4th meeting.
Regular. correct.
So all in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, 4-0. We'd be good looking at the 11th meeting, please. Actually, the fourth special.
I'd make a motion that we approve the special meeting minutes of October 4th as presented.
Motion Okowski,
I'll second this motion.
second Bohm. Further discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, 4-0. 11th.
For the sake of discussion, I'd like to make a motion to approve the special meeting closed session minutes of October 11th. With, yeah. we'll do
Just-
that.
Second.
Okay, I'm
I'm sorry.
confused by your motion, but,
My motion was to approve. I have discussion.
okay, so we have a motion to approve and
Mhm.
by Okowski, a second by Baltus. Discussion?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Well, I'm trying to, do the motion sooner now. before
You're-
getting
you're all
carried
good.
away on my discussions, so. I believe we have an error in the timeline. If we look at paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's the large paragraph in the center.
Mhm.
The timeline is at 5:20 PM. We went into closed session. I don't believe that's correct because the meeting started at 4:30. If my memory is right, we pretty much started the meeting. We did the have-tos and went right into interviews. The interviews would have been during closed session.
The interviews finished at 5:15. From 4:30 to 5:15.
Right. The motion is to move into closed session at 5:20 PM is how it's written.
Right, right around 5:20 is when we went into closed session. By the time 5:15 finished up,
he's saying the interviews
No,
were in
the
closed
interviews
session and he's
were
right.
Part of closed
Yeah, the
session.
interviews were,
The public is not invited in
it
those
should have been about
interviews.
5 or 4:40.
I don't know the
4:40.
time. I just, or if you eliminate.
I'd like to
5:20,
I'd
it
like
might
to
be-
table these until we get those times right, because he's right.
yep.
So we have a motion to approve them.
Yes, I do.
Was your
Yeah, we
motion to
wanted
approve?
Let's just table the 11th special
That's what I want to do, but his motion was to approve them.
Well,
for discussion.
I can rescind.
No, just vote no.
We can do it that way too.
I won't be voting. I was absent from that meeting.
I'm gonna call all in favor, say aye. Those opposed, nay.
I'd
That's
make,
3 nays. Did you not vote?
I'm sorry. I had intended to vote.
Would you like to vote nay? That's
sorry.
4 nays. I'll make a motion that we table the October 11th, 2022 meeting minutes until the timeline can be clarified.
I would second that.
Motion by Bruss, second by Brisk. Any further discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, 4-0. Whew, this is the most painful minutes I've
Yeah.
been through in a long time. Discuss the Plan Commission memorandum on economic development. I'll just read it quick. Please be advised that at the September 27th, 2022 Plan Commission meeting, discussion took place on economic development. It was noted that citizen-led efforts have not worked thus far and professionals need to be brought in. A motion was made stating that it is the belief of the Plan Commission that the town needs to engage with professionals in regard to economic development. The motion passed 7-0. Please see the attached meeting minutes for reference. Commissioners started discussing these are the meeting minutes. Commissioners started discussing Chapter 8 Econ Dev and agreed once more to move pages 9-15 into an appendix the updated version of the comprehensive plan. Discussion then moved to economic development for the town and how previous citizen-led attempts have not worked thus far, and there's a need for professional assistance. So basically the same as the motion. Motion by Ross, second by Volk to put a temporary hold on the review of Chapter 8. Motion carried 7-0. Motion by Koenig, second by Ross. That is the belief of the Plan Commission that we need to engage with professionals. And that passed 7-0. So I guess basically this is just to be advised that they believe the town should engage in professional development. We basically do. I guess I would just say duly noted on this. I don't know that we need a motion.
No, it just, should we have an economic development path to go? We would hire,
Well, I mean, we already work with OCEDC, which would, in my
yeah, our
opinion,
North Central Regional Planning Commission,
So,
somebody, yeah. Yep,
I guess
we'll
I
do
would
that.
just take this as noted by the town
FYI.
board. Unless somebody else has, we can open for discussion. Okay,
I guess all I want to add is just that being a part of the plan commission is I think there was great appreciation for everybody's volunteer efforts in the community. But if I believe it was the view of the plan commission, obviously what they stated, but just that you truly need someone that's able to dedicate themselves on a professional level, treat it like a full-time job, literally, is the belief of the plan commission. So I just wanted to add that clarification.
6 sub B, discuss a clinic building interested parties. We had this on the agenda last time and I think it was tabled so people could take a deeper look. I guess in regard to 6 sub A, my position would be that we should give it to the only commercial entity, but I guess I'll defer to you, to the rest of the board.
Do we need a motion to talk about it or no?
If there's a motion to appoint a specific group, we should probably have a motion to discuss anyway, because I get in trouble for that when people watch on Facebook and call me out on it. So technically we can't discuss something without a motion. So I'll make a motion that we offer the clinic building along with a contract to be determined to Marcy Davies for a private clinic.
I'll second.
Motion by Bruss, second by Baltus. So now we can discuss whatever we want. Good call.
And-
I was right there with you. That we just talked about economic development
Yes,
with a new business that wants to come in.
I couldn't agree more. To me, it's.
Well, that was a lot
clear.
easier than I expected it
Well,
to go.
I don't know, it just,
Well, when you say offer, you mean sell, rent?
Well, I said
lease?
with a contract to be determined. We would have to discuss that, I think, at a future date. If we agree that that's what we want to do, then let's put together a contract or a proposal that we could then review as a board and send off to the interested party. And that party may say, I'm no longer interested. I want to pay what you're asking.
But at that time, we would have some framework established if someone else was interested.
Correct.
I'm willing to entertain the idea. I'm still not a big fan of, I guess, being a landlord, for lack of a better term. There's a lot of other opportunities in the town to add a business or locations, but I certainly respect where you guys are coming from. But I'm willing to entertain a contract. And like Jeff said, we can see what it looks like and go from there.
you can always drop a contract too, is saying you don't want responsibility of any of the maintenance too. I mean, that can be in the
No, I
contract.
understand that. I just have reservations, but I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not hard set one way or the other right now, yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm flip-flopping because I felt I'm open for any possibilities, so I don't see what it would hurt to discuss at a further meeting
Yeah.
potential opportunities.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, which is to basically put together a proposal or contract for Marcy Davies to have a commercial type business in the clinic building.
It doesn't have to be exclusive to her, although she's the only interested party. at
She
this
was the only
moment that we
commercial
know
party
of.
at this time. Right, I guess.
I think we could.
Right, I didn't say award it to, I said put
I
together. a
understand.
Motion second. Any further discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Did you vote?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay, 5-0. I didn't hear you. Three Lakes Waterfront Association request for letter of support. We've done this as far as I know, every year we've been on the board. Wrong letter.
Should say draft.
So we have this put together. Basically, all I want to do is have the support of the town board. So I'd be looking for a motion. Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the letter as drafted in support of the annual grant funding for this Three Lakes Waterfront Homeowners Association.
I'll second your motion.
Motion by Bruss, second by Bohm. Further discussion?
Just that we really appreciate everything that they do.
Agreed. If there is no further discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, 5-0.
I think Norris may have wanted to say something.
I didn't know Norris was here.
It's right there.
Norris, did you want to say something?
I do, but I can wait till public comments.
Norris, I don't want to make you wait because if this meeting drags on and you get bored, I'd like you to be able to exit at any time you so choose.
I got 3 points. I love an audience and I like to communicate.
This is a huge audience for a
Yeah,
regular meeting.
Right, and I just can't resist. First of all, thank you. I always come to thank you. And
Not always.
Mostly. But I also want to thank you for broadcasting the town board meetings. I still haven't missed a town board meeting. It's just I haven't been here for a long time. Because I watch you guys on the Squick Box and I don't have to put on a shirt.
No, we just keep it moving, Norris. Keep it moving.
I just want to have 3 points. One, a quick report on what you're agreeing to fund. We're in a 7-phase project over 7 years. We're working our way back up through the chain, recollecting all the data that we collected 10 years ago. This grant this year will be the 4th out of 7 phases. And I'll say that the first report on the first 2 phases is 200 pages long. I'm still trying to get through it. It's just all data and comparing the data to 10 years ago. It's pretty interesting. Things are changing. Of course, you'd expect them to change. In general, the changes are nothing to be worried about, but everything changes and all the lakes are changing. The second thing I'd like to report on to the board especially, and everyone who lives in Three Lakes, we are having a major work and setbacks in fighting Eurasian water milfoil. It's gotten out of control in Virgin Lake completely. We have 2 dive teams, 2 dive boats, 6 divers. We've been diving 3 days a week all summer long because we now have milfoil in Long Lake and in the channel going up to the dam again. We've kept ahead of the stuff on Long Lake, but Virgin Lake's pretty much gotten away from us. We are anticipating and going to request a treatment, a chemical treatment of Virgin Lake. Don't know if it'll get approved. We'll know sometime in the spring. We are in the need of a old 24-foot plus pontoon boat, a junker. Okay, we want to build what's called a dash system for our divers. It's a suction system where the thing is down on the bottom of the lake, and when they pull the stuff out, instead of having to stuff it into bags, taking it up in little bags, it's sucked up, thrown up on top with a pump and filter, and they can do about 5 times as much pulling if we build that. We're planning on building that this spring. But we need a junker base. We're going to take all of the seats off of it, everything, and we're going to make it so the water will go through, and then there's going to be a big pump thing up on top, which we'll be building. This is not new in the industry, but it's new to Three Lakes to do the dash system. We've hired professional divers the last couple of summers who have a dash system, but quite honestly, our divers are a lot better than the professional ones we've been paying for, and we have our own, so we're going to try to get them up to speed. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, probably the hottest topic in the state, in lakes and all of lake ecology, that you should be aware of if you're not. There's a lot of activity going on with ballast boats. it's going to become a problem. We'll have to deal with it in some form or other, or at least, or ignore it. The big problem, I hope that the board follows all the local ordinances that are being passed by other communities in trying to deal with it. Big problem besides all the things you think of, which are really not that big of problems. The invasive species is the biggest problem. The ballast tanks are never empty. You can't empty them completely. So when you move your ballast boat from southern Wisconsin to Three Lakes, you put your boat in and you put your ballast in, you pump your water out. All of the spiny water fleas, zebra mussels, blue-green algae, we're now got a big spreader. And so the problem is coming. I just give you a heads up on it. I follow it pretty closely. A lot of communities have already put ordinances in place. Some of them are in court, and so it'd be interesting if they stand up and report.
Thanks,
And that's
Norris.
as fast as I can go.
No, thank you. I told the town clerk to make note. We'll put on the Three Lakes Facebook page if you're looking for a pontoon.
Don't think.
See if it gets anywhere.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We
Norris.
want a jumper, so obviously we don't want to pay much for it.
Hey, quick question if I may on that boat. Does it ultimately get motorized or is it like a towed vessel? Do you know?
We're considering it as possibly a barge if we don't get one with a motor.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we are on 6 sub E. Yeah, D, sorry, Oneida County Land and Water Support for High Quality Waters Project.
This is just whether or not you want to do a letter of support or not.
Yeah, I would just defer if somebody wants to make a motion to do a letter of support or not. This is an Oneida County, an actual Oneida County entity. I had to have the clerk double check because I wasn't positive, because sometimes things are named Oneida County blank, 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 and it gets a little confusing.
I would make a motion for a letter of support for the Oneida County Land and Water High Quality Waters Project.
Motion Bohm,
I'll second your motion.
second Okowski, further discussion. If there is none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, 5-0. Sorry, now we are on 6 sub E, discuss US Highway 45 modified reduced speed limit. There's been a handful of people who have asked, since we've had road construction and things like that come up, they feel that the speed limit reduction is too close to town, meaning where it drops from 55 to, I think, 35. It goes immediately from 55 to 35 right by Spittlemeister's welding shop. There's been some people asking for it to be pushed out closer to the corner of Maple Lake Dam Road. I guess as long as we ask you to come to every meeting, I'd like your opinion on this. And actually, we've got all of you. We've got 3 out of 4 here. I'd like the opinion of all of you guys as long as you're standing here. Do you see it being a problem? Do you see that being more of a problem, or do you see it? Not all of you at once. Okay, just take your time, take your turns. Go ahead, Chief.
Again, I think it's, depending on the day of traffic, it really changes where you see those violations that come at a higher rate of speed. There, once again, I think when we watch that area, it falls within that 85th percentile currently.
What does that mean?
It means that, 85% of the people are going to speed limit when they get through there. So again, that's where you want people to fall, and if you're going to change the speed limit. Obviously, that would require a speed study. The same thing would require.
The state knows that, and they agreed to do it, so we're already past that part.
Yeah, I think that that Sunday afternoon traffic coming south, that's where we see that pretty heavy, and I would say heavier at certain times of that day when traffic is moderately light and everybody is in a hurry to either turn down Anderson Street or try to make it to 45 if it was a race. So there's definitely some speed that could push up on that 45 mark, 50 mark.
You guys are in agreement on that for the most part?
I see the challenges coming off of like a.
I was looking through you to the 2 police officers in the back, but we'll come back to you if you have an opinion.
I don't believe that. I mean, how many times have we changed the speed limit?
Yes, it just feels like weekly. Or the locations of the signs anyway. So you're saying like you think it might not be a bad thing? No, it might not be a bad thing, or no, you're not saying that.
Were you thinking like 45, 35?
I think it's up to the DOT. You know, I think they're going to tell us where they're either going to tell us it's fine the way it is, or you're right, it would be prudent to turn it to 45 on the corner and then 35 at the flashing light where it, you know, I have no idea. It's just been brought up by a handful of people that they feel that it's not quick enough.
If, 35 out, whether people could access the mountain.
I guess the one thing I worked on Maple Lake Dam Road for 24 years. It's a weird corner. I mean, you have to make sure you know what you're looking at. There was one accident there that I remember in the last 25 years. It was a bad one, middle of the afternoon. But I don't know that changing that speed limit's gonna fix any of that, because I don't know. I guess leave it up to the DOT.
Well, it would probably change it from being a 60-mile-an-hour crash to a.
Yeah,
Exactly.
something slightly less than.
Exactly.
Agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is if we did look at pushing it farther out, one of the things that's changed recently is we added parking along there from
Mhm.
Anderson Street.
The
in.
The clerk actually brought that up as well.
So, there's hopefully be more pedestrian traffic there when people are all of a sudden
Exactly.
realizing they're going too fast. So
Right.
That might be a consideration also.
I
Well,
would say in the last 30 years, we've seen Anderson Street develop between Gadagowski, Dollar General. And
Right,
Way.
right.
So there's more physical traffic in that area probably than ever. So I think that crossing traffic as well as the traffic coming out of Timber Shore as well.
Exactly.
Those are all, and Maple Dam Lake Road even more so to get out and turn south. Sometimes to make it across there, I actually see around that corner.
I agree. That's what I was saying. It's you got to look twice, make sure like when you make your right hand look that the left hand look isn't
Mhm.
already someone hauling at you. Okay, Josh.
Yeah, the challenges I see are, Rice Lake Road, the south end of the Hulverson kind of split there, and Maple Lake Dam Road, like when you're pulling a boat dock to Maple Lake Dam, it's a double check, and I believe that with a speed study, they would only lower it by 10, so you're talking probably 45, but once you get through those S curves, it's like one, I think I miled it off on the way here, it was like 1.6 miles or something like that.
Okay. So what we'd be looking for from the board is a motion to either pass this along for a speed study and see what happens or not.
can I just say one thing quick?
Let's do it in discussion.
I would make a motion that we do the speed study.
Motion by
I'll
Brisk,
second your motion.
second by Bohm. Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to just describe a situation that was very real for me and my family. There is a pedestrian crosswalk at the intersection of Anderson Street and Highway 45. I witnessed my son and daughter attempt to cross Highway 45 from the east side of 45 heading to the west.
Toward the bike trail.
Yes. And the gentleman driving his car heading south acknowledged that my children were in the crosswalk, and he came to a stop and he motioned them to go by. And my son and daughter started to go across Highway 45. And meanwhile, a gentleman going 55, 60 miles an hour heading south decided to pass the gentleman that was stopped for my children on the right or the west side and almost ran over both my kids in front of me. And it was a terrifying situation. And a week later, I saw it happen to a friend of mine's kids right there. And prior to that, I didn't really think that speed in that area was a big deal until I realized this crosswalk, and there's a subdivision back there. There's more kids now than ever that live in the trailer park. I just think that with a crosswalk being there, especially if we could do something just to slow the cars down a little bit, that could really make a difference.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, 5-0. Three Lakes Trails Land Use Agreement. They send these out every 3 years or 4 years. I don't remember. This is just our current land use agreement for the town-owned property that Three Lakes Trails currently utilizes. In my opinion, this is a no-brainer, but I'd be looking for a motion.
I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the Three Lakes Trails land use agreement request as presented.
Motion Bohm,
Second.
second Brisk, further discussion. If there is none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, 5-0. Pitlick and Wick, sorry, I should have taken these out of order. You haven't been here in a long time, so I assume that's what you're here for. Sorry. Made you wait a half an hour. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there's nothing better to do. You got anything, or you just wanted to hear us talk
I was
about it?
waiting for you to say go.
It's go time.
Yeah, so this is the first and final pay request for Winkler Road. To recall, we had to bid this separately because the town got funds through the state through the LRIP program, $436,000 in change. It's a 50% match, and the cost of this road exceeded that 50%. So you'll be receiving the full $436,000 through LRIP. So the pay request, this is for a full reconstruct from Superior Street to Highway 45. The base bid was $452,000. The actual quantities came in at 851, so we're within $1,000 or so. Supplemental bid items, we had these supplementals on for as a just in case excavation, rule, subgrade, breaker, fabric, that kind of stuff. We generally don't use all the supplemental items, and in this case, we didn't. We had 59,800 supplementals that we bid. We used just over 27,000 of that. We did add some change orders on this project. We added, we replaced 2 culverts at the Christ parking lot. We added in some storm sewers with flat and solve that water problem. And area inlet in there. So the total cost of the work final is $898,364.07.
Of which will be reimbursed 430.
36
Yep.
and change. So the total when all said is all said and done is going to be around 491,000 from the town. That's including insurance.
Of note too, I learned this from Josh, we would no longer have to post that road because it's basically built to a, how many ton standard?
There isn't a.
Basically, we don't have to post
We're
it.
not posting it. It'll be fine. It's-
Okay.
it's not-
I'd be looking for a motion for the contractor's pay
Yeah, I
application.
touched on something prior.
Can you make the motion first and then do it in discussion? Or no?
It might be tricky.
Okay, then go ahead.
I guess I'd have a hard time making a motion to approve payment of $898,364.07 for the city of Rhinelander.
Oh, it does say to City of Rhinelander.
Yeah.
And it does on the back page too.
That's embarrassing.
Max did that.
Change order has Town of Three Lakes.
Yeah, the owner
everything
town
at
of
the
Three
top.
Lakes.
So-
put the-
Oh, my God.
I would
I'll
make
that
a,
change.
Well, just don't, not as presented.
I would make a motion to approve application number 1 final payment in the amount of $898,364.07. Pending receipt of a revised or corrected application
Boy,
reflecting the town of Three Lakes is the proper owner.
how did you even notice that? Like, I didn't even look at that.
Because it ticked me off, and then I saw the back page, it was on there a second time, and then at 11 o'clock last night, I was upset about it. So then I was trying to decide if that was Mark's signature or Max's signature. And then I
That's
was
George
actually-
Lurvy's
and
signature.
then- and I meant to comment on that, George signed off on it too. And to me, that's a big deal.
That is Mark's
Accidents
signature.
happen, but I mean, it was important to me that,
Look at it, you're the only one that's-
and I had meant
So-
to email this morning, but my day job got the
So
best of me.
we have,
so
we have a
I'm
motion.
sorry.
We have a motion.
Second.
The second by Baltus. We have a motion basically to, when it's amended, to approve it.
Yep.
Correct.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye. Those opposed, 5-0. Dear Mark, you're fired.
So Mark, you wanted me to have Jeff sign all this tonight, so clearly tomorrow you'll be sending me a clean one. I'll get, yes, yeah.
Me too.
Definitely.
I didn't see it either, so I'm fired along with you. I'll leave. Please. 7 sub A, we have a simple license here.
Yeah, we have a change of agent for Christ Oil, for Jennifer Wiley. She's the agent for Christ Oil Food Mart number 67. I've done the background, they paid the fees, and I'm comfortable certifying that she meets state statute, our local ordinance.
You're looking for a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the liquor
Motion
license.
Baltus, second Brisk for the discussion.
Whoa. Wait, is it liquor license correct?
Change of agent,
Change of liquor license, change of agent.
correct.
It's not a liquor license, it's just a change of agent.
On the liquor license.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I just-
Okay, you're used to bartenders or operators, so no problem.
You still good?
Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, 5-0. For the 375th time at a meeting, we're going to talk about the town building inspector. Welcome.
Mr. Chairman, board members.
RC inspection, this is RC of RC inspection, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Rick is currently, so some things have happened since we last talked about this. The city of Rhinelander now contracts with RC to do their inspections. Am I conveying this properly?
What happened is them and Robbie parted ways. So until they get another inspector in, the town is going to cover all the residential and commercial in all of the areas
Okay.
that, until they get someone else hired. That being said, we're not going to do the same policy as last time. When they hired Robbie, he didn't have all the credentials and they asked us to fill in like for commercial stuff. So we had a meeting with the mayor and told him, no, when they hire another guy, if they can find a guy, he has to have all credentials, because come January, we're parting ways. Because
Okay.
it's too much beef to our agency.
Okay. I have a couple of questions for you. If what I would like to propose, and I wonder if I should make this in a motion first. Yeah, I will. I'm going to make a motion that we contract with RC Inspection Services for calendar year 2023.
Second.
Motion by Bruss, second by Baltus. If we are to approve the motion I just made, can you tell us how this would work for 2023 with the town of Three Lakes?
Yes. We have, first of all, let me give a little history. We've been in this agency since 2005. I live in Winchester, but we're based out of Minocqua. We have Iron County, Flyers County, and a lot of Oneida County. Every township we have has a different ordinance, so it's constantly being updated. It's basically what we're gonna do is what you tell us to do. And I know this has been a big confusion. Tom was at the Rhinelander City Hall last night till 9:30, refunding a lot of money because there was permits issued that were legally never should have been issued. You have an ordinance that you sent to the state. I mean, I'm on this board. I used to be on the town board in Winchester 4 terms. You sent something to the state. You told the state this is what you're gonna do. And that's all you're allowed to do. And what started all this is somehow Robbie took it upon himself just to start adding stuff to everybody's agenda and ordinances, which is 100% illegal. So what we're gonna inspect is what you tell us to inspect. If you want just 1 and 2 family dwellings, brand new, then when somebody calls about a complaint being ripped off, we tell them it is not our problem, we'll see the board. Because you only want us to do new dwellings only, which is very rare, but a lot of us do conovers that way, Portland's that way, conovers that way. So a lot of them just want new dwellings. Then some have a minimum where they do the new dwellings and additions on the houses older than 1980. Because that's technically when the code book started. And so then you have like Arborvitae, Minocqua, Woodruff, we have, we don't dog houses practically because it's so out of control. They want everything. And I'll tell you why. There's one reason that we're gonna, I'll beat someone up real bad, and it's not, has nothing to do with inspections, is we're having a real bad problem with people permitting. We had 2 of them a day in Sanger. They take out a permit for detached garage and they put plumbing in it and stuff like that, and next you know they're living in it. A lot of people say it's not a big deal because they're only coming up on the weekends, they stay a couple times. Well, I pay my share of taxes, I'm sure every one of you do. When you live on the water and you permit a garage, your taxes are probably about $400 a year, and your neighbors is like $5.
Well, that's where the confusion comes in is, so that isn't a town ordinance though.
But
Well,
if they
we
permit
adopted
it
the
as
uniform
a
dwelling
I understand.
garage,
It has nothing to do with the
it's
uniform dwelling code
technically
either.
permitted
That's
as
all we adopted.
well. So that is one that we really battle in every county.
But shouldn't that be something that Oneida County is hiring you to? I don't see, that's where I don't understand where the town falls into that. That to me, I don't understand how that,
What I'm saying is like, say, just say you call me, you say, I got a neighbor that's permitted a garage and he's living in it. We know they are. When I find out.
but we shouldn't call you. Shouldn't Oneida County be calling you?
Well, see, they permitted it through the county as a detached garage, okay? Let's just start from the start.
Yeah.
So we get all the files from the county. We see Bob Smith took out a detached garage in 3 Lakes, we throw it away. My wife runs the office, and this happened twice today in Sainer, that we get the permit, we threw away a couple weeks ago. Now we got a plumber calling us, saying, they're putting plumbing in.
I understand all
Yeah.
that, but where I'm getting confused is this should be an Oneida County enforcement issue because the permit was taken out for a garage without plumbing.
That's where it starts. But then if it does determine that living in it and into a change of use permit, then when I come back to you, that's where there's citations issue because.
Negative. We don't enforce zoning. That's what the county is for.
No, but you have citation ability in your ordinance.
So you'd have to create an ordinance. No, we currently don't have
You don't have any
citation.
citation?
Not that I'm aware of.
So if someone starts a building without any permits, you don't have any fines?
With- have to
Without
look-
any permits, I'd have to
I'd
read
have to
that
look- we
because
adopted
that's a
the
good point.
uniform-
This would be an incorrect permit though, because they have a permit. They don't have the correct permit.
Correct, but they're still subject to.
I want to
citation.
read the ordinance.
Right.
So
But that's a little bit of a different issue. Ask me what we're gonna inspect is what you tell us to inspect. If you want new dwellings only, and that's what you originally adopted with the state of Wisconsin, then that's what I put together my prices.
okay, did you guys all get the price list?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think the
But
way
this is
Tom
not,
talks
this is.
is that's all that you do down here, because he used to be your inspector before he retired. He's been here years, and done a nice job.
Correct.
And I think you got some weird scenario for additions, but they have to be huge before they kick in. And I wanted to talk to Tom more on that, but right now, on my price list, we put new dwellings only.
Okay, I made a motion to appoint RC inspection for 2023. But based on what Rick just told us, number one, I'd like to read our own ordinance and make sure I fully understand. And number two, I guess I would like you guys to look over what he's outlined here and make sure that's what we want moving forward, so we aren't left in the same situation we had this entire year.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm suggesting that maybe we vote down my motion and then we'll table this until next time, and you would not need to come again.
I would think you appointed him until 2023, so we've got time to work out the details.
That's true too. We could just approve the
Yeah.
contact,
Approve the appointment.
contract later.
And then
Yeah.
work out the finer points of the contract.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine
Yeah.
with
Then
that.
I
I'm
have
fine
a
with that.
question since we're in discussion.
Yep.
When you had said that we would contract RC inspection, are we contracting through the city of Rhineland?
No.
Or we're contracting?
No,
with
I
this-
want to contract
company
direct because he
directly.
doesn't know if he's going to be city of Rhineland.
I
or-
understand that. Okay, I just want to
You're
make sure I
definitely
was,
not gonna be involved with Supervisor.
Yeah, I want to contract direct. That was what I
That's-
hope my motion was, but I don't
It
remember.
was.
If it wasn't, that's
that's
what I
what I wanted to
wanted.
be clear on.
So we have a motion and a second to
Contract with.
contract
RC
with RC inspection.
For calendar year 2023,
Yep, and the contract will be TBD.
contract to be determined. Okay.
In your ordinance, you should have, plus it should be on record
It-
with the state.
It is.
I just want to read it because
Sure. That's the problem here, because I think a lot of builders started calling, not just here, all the towns. that
Right.
Nobody really could find the original boards changed, clerks changed, and all of a sudden, nobody can find the original ordinances. So I think it's important that you know what you adopt.
I have all of them memorized except for that one, Rick. So I apologize in advance.
Can I just make one more thing? Now, keep in mind, that once you do that, we have to supply you with all of our insurances and stuff, and all the people that will be doing work here.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah, that's our responsibility.
okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second discussion.
Yes. I'd like to ask just a very general question on
Yeah.
the services schedule. I just want to make certain I'm not misunderstanding. I'm looking at your price schedule, single family dwelling, et cetera, et cetera. Is that For example, would a single-family dwelling, does that include a addition that a permit is required for?
That all gets back to our ordinance. Isn't that what you're trying to
This
tell
is
us?
Or is
New
this
dwellings only.
solely
New dwelling, starting from scratch.
a new structure, not a new structure addition?
No, because that's addition. This is just new dwellings only. And this includes the $30 seal that they were charging extra. So that's for someone breaking ground, putting a brand new basement in or slab, a mobile home. If right now, until we get the details worked out, which we can add additions,
Right.
because it wasn't too clear. This is for brand new, out of the box houses.
Okay.
And when we say 5,000 square feet, that's very liberal because that includes the basement, the garage,
Yep.
screen porch. I mean, we don't nickel dime. I mean, that's a lot to take in.
Thank you.
You good?
Yep.
Anyone else? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, 5-0. Thanks for coming in
Do
tonight.
you want me to
Thank
stay for open comments or you think I can leave?
I-
Do you have comments?
Think
No,
you're
I mean,
good.
Sometimes the other people in the audience have questions, so if not, I'll leave.
We want them to call you and leave lengthy messages.
I've got enough phone calls for stuff.
No, thank you for
Thank
coming
you so
in.
much.
This has
Thank
been a
you.
battle for us for the last 9 months, and I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Thank
anytime.
you.
You guys got my number. Anybody call me anytime. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Northern Air Sanitary District, we need to appoint 2 new sanitary district commissioners. You have 2 names in front of you.
Yep, and they're both 2-year terms.
I'll make a motion that we approve the 2 Northern Air Sanitary District Commissioners as presented.
Motion by Bohm,
I will second.
second by Olkowski. Is there any further discussion? If there is none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, 5-0. Payment of the bills.
The biweekly direct deposits are in the amount of $22,718.54. Electronic payment of payroll taxes was $8,939.59. Accounts payable checks 54894 through 54935 are used to pay expenses in the amount of $121,692.39. Electronic payment of employer portion of employee benefit was $23.49.
For a total of $153,374.01. These were distributed to the supervisors in advance of the meeting. Be looking for a motion to approve payment of the bills.
I'll make a motion to approve payment of the bills.
Motion Olkowski,
I was second.
second Brisk. Further discussion? If there is none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, 5-0. Public comments.
Yeah, Felix Trails, I want to thank you guys for approving the land use agreement. You guys and every other landowner, we could not have our trails. Definitely need them all. Appreciate it.
Did I see a hand on this side as well?
I had a question. I'm wondering what the town can do and is doing in terms of building a new hotel.
It's not on the agenda, so I can't answer it.
Okay. I just thought it would be a proper time for a comment.
It's not an agenda item. So, I mean, I can't answer it at a town board meeting.
Okay.
If you want to call me, email me, smoke signal.
Okay.
Anyone else? If there are no other questions, we are going to move into, or comments, we are going to move into closed session. So unfortunately,
Motion.
you can't stay here.
I'll make a motion that we move into closed session in accordance with Wisconsin statute
You too,
nineteen
come up
point
here.
85 sub 1 sub E. Deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, the investing in public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Discussion on upcoming TLPOA, union negotiations, and Wisconsin statute 19.85 sub 1 sub C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which this body has jurisdiction or responsibility, police officer candidates.
I will second that motion.
Motion by Olkowski, second by Brisk. Roll call vote. Olkowski.
Aye.
Baltus.
Aye.
Bruss. Aye. Bohm.
Aye.
Brisk.
Aye.
We are now in closed session. We too hang.